Okay. Hello. My name is Shawnasandell, and today I am making this video for three main reasons. Sorry. So, it's a very personal story or experience of mine, and it's a little weird or hard to put out there, but I really wanted to tell it because, one, for people that are going through the same thing as me, I wanted to give them support and a reason to believe that their loved ones are still with them and out there. Two, it was just October and I saw a lot of spooky stuff, and I do believe in that stuff, and so seeing all like the demons and all that stuff, all the bad afterlife things just kind of put a negative like feel on my heart in a way. So I wanted to bring some positive afterlife stories. And three, it just kind of helps me keep my dad alive and with me sharing stories. And I think that's very important. Okay, so here's my story or experience to how I still believe that my dad is with me and how I know that he is still with me. So this month it has been 11 months since my dad has passed away. He had cancer. It was an ongoing battle, and he sadly passed away 11 months ago on December 24th. So about 2 or 3 months ago, I want to say about 2 months ago, I was just laying in bed, normal night at college. There was a party, and my roommate was like, hey, do you want to go to this party? And I didn't really want to go. I was already in a bad mood. I was already missing my dad. I wasn't really in the mood, but a bunch of the girls were going, so they convinced me to come with them, and I decided, okay, like, let's try and get my mind off of things. So we go to this party. Not bad, not that fun. I had maybe 2 drinks, so wasn't even buzzed. 2 of my other friends, they drank a good amount, so we were just having fun, playing games, kind of a boring-ish college night. So we decided to leave the party, and 2 of my friends wanted food. So we Ubered to a Sonic fast food place, and they won't let us walk through the drive-thru, so we go over to McDonald's, and we like go through the drive-thru walking, and once we get to the window, they're like pretty mad at us for doing that because you're not supposed to, but they did give us the food anyway. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that, but thank you, McDonald's. So we got our food, we Uber back to our dorms, and I just go straight to bed. It's about 2 a.m. by now, and I'm just exhausted. I didn't have that much fun. I'm tired. I have homework. I have class the next day. I'm just so tired. So I get in bed. My roommate leaves to go hang out with some other people on the floor, and so I'm just laying in bed thinking. That's usually where I think the most, and miss my dad a lot. So I'm thinking about my dad, and I decided to watch the video I made for his funeral. I made a little video of pictures with music and stuff. So I decided to watch that video, and I reach breaking point, and I just have a meltdown. I just break, and I'm crying, and I'm missing him. And what I do a lot, and I feel like a lot of other people who have lost a loved one probably do, is you talk to them. So I start talking to my dad. I mean, I'm bawling, my eyes out, laying in bed, all lights are off, just bawling. And I'm talking to my dad, and I'm like, Dad, I love you so much, I miss you so much, typical things, I wish you were here. And then I think back, and I'm like, you know, because he had cancer, we didn't necessarily expect the death, but we talked about it. And so whenever I would talk about it with my dad, I was like, hey Dad, like, if you pass away, when you do, like, mess with me and my sister, screw with us, turn on lights, shut doors, do whatever you can so we know you're here. And he's like, alright, like, if I can do that, I will. And so I'm thinking about that, and so I'm just like, Dad, like, turn on a light. I tell him to turn on a light for me, and I'm like begging him, I'm pleading him at this point. I'm just practically yelling at him to turn on a light. I'm just, please, please turn on a light, show me you're with me, show me you're here. I want to know that you're still here. because I miss him. And so I'm not a very religious person. I've been to church a few times. I believe in the afterlife, especially because of what happened in the story, but it's not like a huge part of me, so there's no biased opinion here. So he's not turning on any lights, nothing's happening. I'm getting kind of pissed off. I'm like, okay, whatever, and I give up and I decide to go to bed and calm my nerves down. So I go to bed, I say goodnight to him, I say, I still think you're with me even if you can't turn on a light. I go to sleep, and about 5 minutes, 10 minutes later, my roommate comes back in, and she's like, are you okay, what's up? I'm like, yeah, I just had a pretty bad breakdown. I told my dad to turn on a light and he wouldn't do it, so I'm kind of pissed off. And she's like, LOL, okay. So all the lights are still off, I'm trying to sleep, my eyes are closed, and my roommate's looking for her charger with her phone light. So she goes, she finds her charger, she plugs in her phone, and then she turns off her phone light, and literally right at that second, her string lights, where you like hang pictures, they're like the firefly lights that you put on your wall, just turn on. They turn on out of nowhere, because the remote to turn them on are on the desk, like across the room. There's a switch, but the switch is literally taped to the wall, nothing around it that could have hit it. No earthquake or anything. The lights just turn on. And my eyes are still closed, and my roommate goes, she turns to me, she's like, Shauna? And I'm like, yeah, what's up? She's like, those lights just turned on. And I look, and I was like, holy shit. Like, I asked my dad to turn on lights. She's like, I know. And we just both were in complete shock. Just shocked. And I mean, obviously, I start bawling my eyes out, and I'm freaking out. I'm shaking. I'm freaking out. I can't move, like, well, I'm shaking. I don't even know. I cannot explain the feeling. I can't. But I honestly and truly felt him there with me. I literally, you could like feel it in your heart. It's an overwhelming feeling, experience, thing. I saw the lights. They were just shining like so bright. I felt him with me. I was crying. I called my sister. She was like, what the heck is happening? And so, and it's like 2 in the morning, 2:30, and I'm just freaking out. And I honestly, what I believe is, when I was alone in the room, if my dad had turned on any lights, that it would be too scary for me, or I would freak out too much. So I think that he waited for my roommate to come in, for her, sorry roommate, for her to see it and get scared too. So I had someone to talk about it with and someone to witness it with me, so I didn't think I was going crazy. And yeah, I honestly, truly think that was a sign from my dad. And I think that he is still with me and turning on lights. And I think it's really cool. And if you have lost a loved one, I think they are with you too. And so about 2 days later, another thing happened. I'm driving to my sister's house. She lives in Newport. I live in Fullerton. And she's having a party, so I'm feeling kind of anxious because all her older friends are going to be there. None of my friends are going to be there. So I'm a little anxious. I'm almost there. And one of my dad's favorite songs comes on. And I just immediately skip it. I'm like, I don't want to listen to this. I'm going to cry. I don't feel like it. I don't want to deal with this. So I skip it. I think a little, and I'm like, I'm going to listen to it. Like, screw it. Enjoy it. He would want to be listening to it. So I go back and I'm singing my heart out. I'm blasting the song. I'm singing. I'm crying. I'm driving. Not good, but it helped. And so I look up in my car, and one of the lights are on. The push lights, you know, that you push, or like when the doors open, both of them turn on. And I'm like, that's weird. Usually either both of them turn on, or I turn one on, and I didn't turn one on. I had no reason to. I think I would remember if I turned it on. I get shaky even telling it. And so, yeah, I'm belting his favorite song. One of my car lights turned on. And I think maybe that could have been like a reassurance as to what happened the other night. Just to know that it was him and he is there, and the fact that his song was on, like, and I was feeling anxious, I just think it was another sign by him, and I truly, truly believe that those are signs, and I think it's really, really cool. And as scary, as freaky, as shaken as I am so happy it happened, and it's given me a different outlook on everything, and I think it's really, truly amazing. So if you have lost a loved one, listen to this story. I hope it helps. I hope you know that they are with you, because I truly, truly believe that they are. Heaven or hell, whatever there is out there, there's something, and I feel like I got my proof. So obviously I'm not a YouTuber, but if you like this, if you want to hear it, I've had some other crazy stories to do with this, and I can also share grieving mechanisms, things I do to help myself, and the story and all. It's a pretty crazy story. So yeah, if you want more videos like this, I am definitely up to doing that. I think it's important that this is something that hurts really bad, and it hurts all the time. It still hurts. I think it's always going to hurt, and I think it's really important to have a community, to have people that are going through a similar or same situation, just to help each other out and give each other a hand. And I think some things are just amazing. So yeah, thank you.